two elements there. One is, of course, primarily to look at technologies to flow through, so that value addition is really the driving factor. Second is the human competency, which will drive that as such. So we'll come to technology component later. Let's look at the human competency framework, which is what is primarily a great opportunity for universities to explore and bring it to the fore. So let's talk to Dr. Mittal first, and then to Dr. Singh subsequently on how do you think that you'll get up to the educational component, really addressing this huge requirement which Asim talks about.
Good afternoon, everybody.
As regards the food processing sector, I already mentioned yesterday that a lot of emphasis in the next plan we are going to place on food processing aspect. In fact, we are going to propose exclusive center on food processing, food science and technology for capacity building of National Agriculture Research System that will enable us to have excellent scientists in the field of food science and technology, as well as good human resource for many other purposes. As regards the 12th plan, I have already elaborated yesterday. We are focusing on 5-6 aspects, that is the faculty development, the students development, then the curriculum development, partnership and networking, and the vocational programs. All are going to be very relevant, and we look forward to developing partnership under this AIP program also. With these words, thank you very much once again.
Dr. Singh leads a major effort in Banaras Indian University, a premier institution in the gangetic plain. So I think your perspective will be very critical in addressing this requirement as such.
Okay, very good afternoon. Just recently I have taken the charge of the Dean of the Faculty. So I have been not very involved in the program. So I attended this workshop and I came to know what curriculum activities has been done by our institute member who stayed there. It was nicely prepared, and I hope if it will be, it will run by there and here, it will be naturally, then we will get the benefit to students to this program. And one thing more, for it is known that the program is being for the Indo-gangetic plain. So the farmers and the beneficiary for this zone should be involved in the program so that they can get the benefit. And there should be also the workshop may be arranged for the stakeholders. The stakeholder, the beneficiary, which will be benefited, the student, farmers, NGO, and so on. So, by these words, I will thank you all.
Thank you. I mean, that brings an important element of inclusiveness, small enterprise, which Azim also talked about, and enhancing the supply chain with the involvement of farmers, the small enterprises, and the large aggregators and processors and brand managers there. So I think the key driver is the technology in this process, right? We need to downstream technology to small enterprises. Otherwise, what Asim talked about, the transformation at the processing end is not going to happen. And I've seen in Andhra Pradesh, the mango belt, how the mango is converted to pulp and then picked up by large enterprises there, very, very systematically adopting innovative processes. They transformed themselves as a big packing and then went beyond from there. So technology flow is a critical component in this process, and let me address it to Swami on how we see the university innovation system really helping this accelerated transfer of technology to enterprises.
Yeah, I would add the word managing technologies, or even coming up with appropriate technology is probably the challenge here in India. And it's easy for me to give out advice, because sometimes I am a little dreadful because how involved am I in the academic system here. But just give you a little background. I come here and as a visiting professor teach for about a month to a couple of months. So I'm somewhat aware. One concern I have is students come out very, very strong in the theoretical component of it. They're able to ace the 504 and things of that kind. But when it comes to developing a new system, they seem to be a little dry. And that only comes with experience, and the experience that they can get is by getting more industry involved. One suggestion I have is, in terms of this technology and teaching appropriate technology or managing technology, for example, we at Penn State, we refuse to teach a product development course. We will teach the science who is good at product development company. So we teach them the science, let the company take care of it. But one thing I've noticed we have in a lot of the US universities, which might be helpful here in terms of this enterprise here, is having industrial advisory boards. They are extremely useful. We use them to the hilt. We meet once a semester, give us advice about what curriculum we should have, what the kind of the downfalls of some of the current curriculums. So they do what they call like strength, weakness, SWOT analysis and help us out. And they also help us, to be honest with you, to get positions from our deans. If we go and ask for positions, it doesn't carry as much credibility as when industry supports us. We got a new building thanks to the industry because they said yes, the university could use. So I think one part of this managing technology here is, let's get the people who are really good at it, that's industry, let them come back, filter down to the university system and help us kind of put that rubric and make students aware, in addition to knowing Boyle's law and rheology, they also need to know what the right technology that needs to be used. And just like Shah was commenting, Dr. Shah was commenting about Swaminathan, he didn't bring about the Green Revolution simply by technology, but they had a little bit of political maneuvering. I think we also need to teach that. So again, industry is very, very good at that, and that's how they succeed. So that's one component I would say maybe helpful somewhat in getting to that next stage.
Great. I think that's true. I think so. That's a good enticement to industry to step into to education institutions. A message for both of you. And I know, of course, they can be many ways. Supporting research, supporting sponsorships. I think you want to just go ahead.
You hit the hammer on the nail. Your industry is very keen to walk in. I can assure you, not just us, a lot of us. Believe me, if the food processing industry is growing at 20-25%, it's one of the best places in the world to be in. And this cannot happen without the people. We need lots and lots of people. I would estimate that today we are recruiting around 60 to 70 people, but every year it's an exponential going up. There's another area where I would like to give a little correlation. Maybe there is an opportunity here, and maybe we didn't connect, but we should. Retail industry is one big industry where we need lots and lots of people. Now, Indian School of Business approached us and said, can you do something? And what we have created there is a Coca-Cola Retail Academy at Hyderabad in the campus of Indian School of Business. I see no reason why we shouldn't do it where this is most relevant. Maybe those guys were, I would use his phrase, a little more politically reached out to us because their output is straight servicing us. Us means the industry. But so is the case here. But if we get connected, I see there's plenty of opportunities.
Right. Yeah, and I think the bridging factor can be the students in many ways. They're bridge there. Yeah.
Can
absolutely.
I?
Go ahead. Sorry. Yes. Sorry. Yeah.
So, thanks for
The nice comment. In fact, as I mentioned yesterday, also we are looking forward to greater partnership and engagement with the industrial sector. And in the plan we are going to start, and in the curriculum we are revising now, we will see greater collaboration. It's a very good idea. In fact, we are putting on place that the faculty, industry people, they can be faculty on our agriculture universities, so share the practical experience with the, not only with the students but with also the faculty. Similarly, the faculty can also be trained in specific aspects maybe in mutual complementary basis in the industrial sector. Industries can have sponsored projects in a way agricultural university system, and even in ICAR institutes we are looking forward to better collaboration, as well as the students, they can be placed. We already have this internship program, which particularly in sectors like dairy technology and food science and technology, agriculture, engineering also, we will be looking forward to better participation of industrial sector. We would like to have our students placed for brief periods to full semester in industry, and we will be supporting. In fact, if industry is not able to support their stay and working in the particular sector, so ICAR or the education division or the university concerned, we will be supporting students' participation in such activities. So we are already considering, and it's a very welcome aspects, and we look forward to having further discussion with you people. Thank you.